Now, the subtitle of your book is The Surprising Science of How We Learn in Love, How We Learn from Love and Loss. So what are the surprises that your subtitle is referring to?
Oh, that's a really good way to come at that. Some of the surprising things that we have found. And, it's people are often surprised by how much we have discovered about grief and loss by studying it empirically, by studying it scientifically. So many people think about the 5 stages of loss, which was what you wrote on your flashcards in Psych 101. But that's actually from 1969. And it turns out a lot has changed since then.
Yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to ask you. That's referring to the work by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross.
That's right, which was very revolutionary at the time.
Yeah.
We even talk with people about their experience of grief and loss.
Yeah. But
we've come a long way since then.
Yeah. Did she get it all right, or did she get some things wrong?
She was really trying to describe the experiences that people were having. And I think most people would recognize that, often we have anger, or often we have depression when we have experiences of losing someone that's very important to us. So I think that the what she got right, in the sense that these were experiences and continue to be experiences people have. She never really intended it to be a linear set of stages that people would go through one after another.
Yeah, some people have taken it as a prescription, right?
Exactly.
This is how you should behave. And if you're not in this stage, you're in denial or something.
That's right. Exactly. When do I hit the anger stage? Because apparently I'm not done grieving since I haven't had anger. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not, we know now from empirical research, some by Holland and Niemeyer, some other by Holly Purgerson, that it doesn't actually happen in discrete stages like that, that over time, people do tend to experience more acceptance, and they tend to experience less yearning, but that the feelings really, vary day to day, honestly. So we don't think about it as a stage model anymore.
Yeah, maybe we've already addressed this in the stage question, but I was thinking there must be myths around death and dying, grieving and loss.
Yeah.
What are the myths that come to mind? Maybe start to get the trash out of the way.
Right. I think that's a big one. I think another one is this idea that you need to somehow forget the person. My experience of doing clinical interviews as part of my research with people who are grieving the death of, a spouse they've been married to for 40 years, or the death of a child. It is seeming that people carry that loss with them through time. And you can even imagine how when we bond with someone, that changes parts of our brain that, from animal studies, we know that changes how the proteins get folded, around our genes and so forth. And that's a change that is going to be with you. That's not going to go away. And so I think we need to consider the fact that people are carrying the absence with them, as well as restoring a life while carrying that absence that's meaningful for them.